July 1976, a peaceful city in France called Nice. Everything looked normal. People were busy with their daily lives. But under the ground beneath this city, something was happening that no one had even the slightest idea about. A gang was quietly building a tunnel under a bank. No alarm went off. No guard noticed anything. Everything was happening with such planning that by the time the bank realized what had happened, everything was already over. This robbery was about to become one of the most intelligent robberies in history, and the mastermind behind this plan was Albert Spaggiari. Spaggiari was not a typical criminal. He was a photographer, a charming man, and he lived what looked like a completely normal life. But inside his mind, he had an obsession. He wanted to commit a perfect crime, a crime where no violence happened and no one got caught. His target was a famous bank in France, Société Générale. The most secure place in this bank was its underground vault, where hundreds of safety deposit boxes were stored. People kept their gold, jewelry, and cash there. The security was so strong that people believed breaking into this vault was impossible. But Spaggiari created a plan that no one had ever imagined. Instead of attacking the bank from above, he planned to attack it from below. One day, he casually went to the bank and rented a safety deposit box. This gave him the opportunity to see the inside structure of the vault. He quietly observed that sewer tunnels passed under the bank vault. This was a shocking discovery. And at that moment, a crazy idea came into Spaggiari's mind. If a tunnel was built from the sewer tunnel to the vault, the bank's security systems would become completely useless. And then he started the plan. Spaggiari assembled a small gang. These people were not professional criminals, but they were loyal and hardworking. Then they chose a nearby sewer tunnel from where the distance to the bank vault was manageable. And then an unbelievable operation began. Every night they went into the sewer tunnel and quietly dug. This work was not for 1 or 2 days. They built the tunnel for almost 2 months. Working inside the sewer tunnel was extremely difficult. Darkness, bad smell, and dangerous conditions. But every night the gang moved a little further. Slowly the tunnel reached directly beneath the bank vault, but now only the final step remained. In July 1976, a long weekend was coming when the bank would be closed for 3 days. This was the perfect moment for Spaggiari's plan. On Friday night, the gang reached beneath the vault through the sewer tunnel. Then they cut a hole in the floor of the vault and quietly entered inside. The bank was completely empty. Now in front of them were hundreds of safety deposit boxes containing people's life savings. The gang quickly started working. They broke one box after another and filled bags with whatever valuables they found. Gold, cash, jewelry, everything. But the most shocking thing was that they were not in any hurry. In fact, they stayed inside the vault for 2 days. Yes, 2 days. They ate food there, drank wine, and calmly continued their work. Spaggiari made sure that no violence happened. No guard was harmed, and no one was taken hostage. The robbery almost looked cinematic. When they finished their work, they quietly returned through the tunnel into the sewer, and then they disappeared. On Monday, when the bank opened, the staff noticed something strange. The vault door would not open. After some time, it was discovered that the door had been welded from the inside. When the vault was finally opened, everyone was shocked. Hundreds of deposit boxes had been broken, and millions of dollars worth of valuables were gone. There was also a message written on the wall of the vault. It was written in French, sans armes, ni haine, ni violence. This meant, without weapons, without hate, without violence. This message symbolized that Spaggiari considered his robbery a non-violent masterpiece. The police immediately began an investigation. They discovered the sewer tunnel and understood how the robbery had happened. But who the mastermind was remained a mystery. A few months later, the police arrested Albert Spaggiari. The evidence was slowly leading to him, but Spaggiari's next move was even more shocking. When the police brought him to a judge's office for interrogation, he suddenly ran toward a window. And then something unbelievable happened. He jumped out of the second-floor window. Below, one of his accomplices was waiting on a motorcycle. Spaggiari got on the bike, and within seconds they disappeared. The police were stunned. This escape looked exactly like a movie scene. So after this escape, Spaggiari fled France and hid in Italy. From there, he secretly sent letters to the media in which he explained the details of the robbery and his philosophy. He claimed that he targeted the bank because banks exploit people. He presented his robbery as a kind of political act. But the police were never able to capture him again. For years, he quietly lived in Italy. In 1990, he died, and with him, the story of one of the most intelligent bank robberies in the world officially came to an end. Even today, Albert Spaggiari's robbery is counted among the most brilliant heists in history. A robbery where no guns were used, no violence happened, only planning, patience, and one insane idea: a tunnel that went from a sewer to a bank vault, and a mastermind who showed the world that sometimes the most impossible crime can happen quietly beneath the ground.